Good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I'm already trying to control him, but it's really hard, is the Dickens Festival. And of course, that means in the house is beautiful Frances Lorenz. Hello, my love.
Hi.
Welcome back to CityLine. It's
Thank
always
you.
so good to have you here. And of course, you brought with you Mario, the producer.
Well, I'm beautiful too, aren't I?
You are very beautiful.
I thought I would get that
You get
compliment.
that too. You do.
I just had my hair done. You want to see? One of the businesses over in Stadium did this.
Very nice.
Yeah, did you like it? Yeah,
I do like it.
Did my mustache and my my brows.
You clean up quite well.
Yeah, thank you.
do.
Thank you.
And Christy Duke. Hello, Christy
Hello.
Duke. You beautiful thing. You are the manager of the Stadium Historic Business District. It's good to have you here. And look at those shoes. Okay, can we get a shot of the tennis shoes?
Oh, boy.
The tennis shoes rule.
Can I put my shoes in there?
Way to go, woman. You are a woman on the go. No, you can't put your shoes in
They're
there.
Converses too.
They are Converses.
They're
All
cool.
right, Frances, let's talk.
All right.
When and what is the Dickens Festival?
Well, the Dickens Festival is a family-free festival for the whole community. It's been going for 14 years,
No.
and it's December 8th, Saturday from 12 to 4.
14 years?
14 years. Can you believe it? We've been on this program for 14
That is unbelievable. 14 years. You guys, wow, that's impressive. So, Christy, where are the venues this year?
The venues are in the across the street from Stadium Thriftway. There's a tent where we'll have entertainment, music, roasting hazelnuts over the fire, Santa Claus, the tree, dancing in the streets if we can manage that a bit. And the other venue is the horse-drawn carriage. Country Wagon has been servicing this district for the 14 years that we've been doing the program. They bring their horses out from Graham. Tammy's the owner of that beautiful establishment. We have 3 carriages this year. So we're starting at Renko's and we're going up to the conservatory at Wright Park and Seymour Conservatory. And that'll happen from 12 to 3. And then from 3 to 4, we'll be touring the neighborhood as well with the carriages.
I love that.
We'll be coming to your house, I think.
Well, I think you are. Absolutely. So you're collaborating with Metro Parks this year.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Let's talk about that. What does that mean?
Well, that means that we have an agreement to transport fans to Seymour Conservatory, where they have their Victorian holiday celebration. I think there's a poinsettia exhibit, and they have musicians performing. And so people who catch a ride in front of Ranko's can travel to Seymour Conservatory between 12 and 3.
Nice.
And they've agreed to co-publicize Dickens, and we're publicizing Seymour.
I love that. It's a win-win, isn't it, Mario?
That's a win-win.
It's a total win-win.
All the
So
way through.
Let's talk about some of the featured artists at the festival. We've got some pictures, I think, from last year. So,
Oh, cool.
yeah, go ahead, Mr. Mario.
Well, let's look at last year.
Well, let's
shall
look at
we?
last year, shall we? Yeah.
I got
we
a
are.
list. I got a list here. Besides the tree lighting ceremony that's coming up this Friday night, which is tomorrow night, I got a list of them here. We got, we've had the Suzuki violins every year for all 14 years, and they're planning to come back. It's amazing. Yeah, and if you haven't heard the Suzuki violins, well, you just haven't heard the Suzuki violins. You could say that easily. Yeah. And the Jason Lee Strings have agreed to come. But mostly what we've got going now, which is new, which we haven't had before, are the Stadium Jazz Band, the Vox Populi, and the Stadium Jazz Quintet. We got a lot of acts from Stadium High School. I think they were able to make it up the hill this year. You know what I'm saying? You got out of the parking lot and out of the, what's that, what's the bowl?
The bowl.
Stadium bowl.
Up and
They
out
got
of
out
the
of the bowl and they went bowling on their own. So anyway, then we have the dog contest, which Francis is going to talk about that in a little bit. And then we have, we got a coup this year at Tacoma Little Theater. They've got the Scrooged show.
Yes.
And I got to be careful how I say that. It's the Scrooged show. And that's coming in. And if you haven't seen it before, TLT does wonderful production.
Yes, they do.
It's amazing, and they're really good. They got some of the characters that they had before and some new acts. I mean, new participants, new actors. So they'll be doing a shot at about 3:45. They're going to close it out at the end of the day. And then right after that, take a look at this. We're going to a celebration of carols at the Presbyterian Church. So we're partnering with them this year, and we're going to go sing, and they'll probably, have communion and stuff like that at the church. We'll do a lot of things like that over there, and we'll sing about it too. And it's good to have a lot of songs going on. There's something else going on, and I don't know, is somebody else going to talk about the open houses?
Yes, they
Some of that's
are.
coming
Any
up?
chance?
Huh?
I mean,
You want a chance?
a chance to talk?
Well, I would love to.
Get used to it, Christy. This is what happens.
Well-
Christy, let's talk about why does this happen in the Stadium Business District?
So being new to this
Yeah.
event, right? I was really moved to actually discover the why. It is an event that celebrates the historical impact, the nature of Stadium District. Being one of the oldest business districts, it's something that highlights that beauty and those characteristics that live there. So that's the why. And then how we express the why is the fun part, right?
Yes.
So that's there's a lot of fun ideas that we're coming up with or reinventing for next year. And to me, what's moving me is this getting to impact the historical district, like bring notice to that. So that's where I'm at. That's what I know. I think I'm probably selling it a little bit short right now, but that's what I got.
Don't worry, we'll all get together and sell it long.
Okay.
That's right. And we've mentioned the horse and carriage rides, which are just so wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the horse and carriage rides. There's the second annual, Miss Francis, pet costume contest. Will create it's an interesting offering. So tell us about this event.
Well, it's actually going to be Best Victorian Dogs. There's 5 separate categories. The first one is Best Dog and Owner Combo. So that would mean both the dog and the owner have to be dressed up Victorian. There's Best Female, Best Male, Biggest Victorian Dog, and the Smallest Victorian Dog. And this year, Mud Bay has generously donated all the prizes, and they're really fabulous.
Oh, I bet. So this may, Mario, just seem like such a no-brainer, but I think it's really important.
What, a hot dog combo?
Kind of, yeah. Why are festivals important for community building?
I have
You do
no
a lot
earthly-
of festivals.
I have no idea. I don't know.
You have
I don't
no
know why
experience
people,
with that.
Why on earth do people want to get together and have a good time? I don't think that makes any sense to me. If they go out, they get together, they go to the nightclubs or the day clubs or the clubs, whatever the clubs they are, and they bring a club and hit each other, whatever if they're drinking too much. But that's still another story. You know what I saw in the Stadium District, along with almost every district in the city of Tacoma right now, is changing. There's new blood coming in, younger people in some respects, older people that just can't get out of the way. And there's also a lot of things going on that really call for people to be, I would say the word is unified. If you can bring people together and have them have common ground, common thought, and common sense, then you've got a good deal going. I thought that was pretty well said.
That was good.
So if you get common ground, common thought, and common sense, and if that doesn't make a difference in the community, well, then we'll have to pay them a lot more money. That's all I can say.
I think you're right.
We'll just have to pump more money in. The train is coming through. Sound Transit's one of our sponsors, and that's making a change happen of magnificent proportions. And it's going all the way through both districts from downtown. And by both districts, I mean Hilltop. And they're both going through a transition here that is pretty remarkable. And I think having festivals like this, where you bring people together, it's a very, God, I feel like getting a violin out right now. It's very significant and very heartwarming.
It is, absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
You can cry now. Francis, let's talk about Christmas traditions we know that are related to Dickens and the Victorian England.
Well, Dickens grew up, and when he was 12, his dad was thrown into debtor's prison because he couldn't pay his bills. And so it made a significant impact on his life and gave him the social conscience to do something about those laws in England. And so he later wrote a Christmas carol that saved the traditions of Christmas, the Christmas tree, so many things in our language like bah humbug and Scrooge are from Dickens and what he created. Even the phrase "great expectations" is a Dickensian phrase. So he truly brought in those traditions and popularized them in England. And then they were exported to the United States, where we too adopted many of them. And it's all about creating a sense of generosity with Christmas and avoiding greed. And so he has a wonderful message to share.
He sure does, doesn't he? Speaking of generosity, who do we need to thank, my dear?
We need to thank our sponsors, which are all the stadium businesses are joining together to help us advertise: Columbia Bank, Morale Cleaners, Benson Printing, Better Properties. Also, Community Healthcare is supporting us, Legacy Properties, and many others to come. We're still getting...
Columbia Bank?
I got Columbia.
Oh, you
Bank.
got them? Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, they've been wonderful. I think the new Tacoma Neighbors are sponsoring us, the council. And so that's how we create this festival, with the generosity of our sponsors.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you to the three of you, because this is a lot of work, okay? It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work. And for the 14th year, oh my goodness, that says so much about the sustainability of this festival, and especially about the people behind it, the energy behind it, and the two of you who said, we're going to start this and we're going to do this. And I remember when you first started this, and there were people who went, this isn't going to fly. Well, 14 years later, it's flying. So I just want to say thank you so much for every year you put on a beautiful festival for us. It's memory making, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so very much. And for you, Missy, thank you so much for your work that you're doing. And I know that it will continue, especially with those Converse on. There we go. All right, so I think there's something coming up in the springtime that you'll be back here for, because you're always involved in another festival of some sort. So I'm going to say, until then, happy holidays.
Yeah, might be the wine walk. Who knows?
Who knows? Exactly. Exactly. All right.
Thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we do have the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Service Awards. They recognize and encourage community service activities by groups and individuals in Pierce County. Nominate someone you know who would be deserving of this prestigious award by going to thecityofTacoma.org/MLK. The deadline for nominations is Friday, November 30th at 5 p.m. And of course, that wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It is always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really wonderful things to think about in this last hour, so please go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Take care.